Well, good morning everyone. It's the middle of January and it's a bit overcast now. We've had a bit of sun out. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a few tips and tricks that are hopefully going to help you catch a few more fish this winter. I'm here at Lindholm Lakes where we are on our first Catch Fishing Channel Club get together. We've got 10 or 11 anglers here, 11 anglers here today from our Catch Fishing Channel Club. These are members to our channel, and as well as the summer match and the winter matches that we have, the get-togethers, each month throughout duration of 2025 we're going to be having get-togethers on the bank, and we've got 11 anglers here today. We're actually on Strip Lake, and yes, it's very cold. They've all been fishing for about an hour, and what I'm going to be doing today is just sharing with you a few ways that you can catch a few extra fish this winter. First off the mark this morning has been Jim. Jim's fishing over on my left. He caught a small F1, so that was great to see him get off to an early start. Was it F1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, how long had that been in?
10 seconds.
10 seconds. He just chucked that out. He's got a nice stem on there, nice bomb.
I mean, that is...
Free running.
What's that, 3?
Yeah. £3 what, on corn?
Yeah.
Fantastic, well done
Single
mate.
piece
Off
of
the
corn,
mark.
£3.
Just shows you that even on really cold days like this when the water's cold, if you can drop that bomb in front of one, you can get some really quick bites. I've recently been stood behind my box, just casting a little bomb into little areas all around the swim. I started off straight in front of me, I've gone over to my right, over to my left. But what I've actually found is that over to my left, I found a small pocket of fish. And you know, when you're looking for fish in winter, you know, just be careful not to spread bait everywhere. Just to understand that a lot of fish are actually balled up at this time of year, and so that you've got to literally go looking for them. You know, it's not like in summer where you can put loads of bait in and expect them to come over that bait. If they're not eating anything, then they're not going to come to that bait, are they? So on days where it's really hard like this lake was literally frozen over about 3 days ago. This was solid with ice, and it only defrosted, well, it actually thawed out probably 2 days ago. So the water is still very cold. So we never expected it to be fantastic fishing at the outset. So always remember in winter that, you know, if you're not getting any signs, not getting any indications, just don't be afraid to go searching for them. You know, they could literally only be 1 metre or 2 metres away from where you're actually fishing. We've been fishing for about nearly an hour now. We've been casting in different spots with a bomb, just a 5 gram pellet bomb, all the way around to the right here. I'm on this peg here that goes into this corner. And it wasn't until I went over to my left that I caught a little tiny F1, foul hooked. There are some lads getting liners and stuff, you know it's like this time of year. The next cast I went in, it went straight round in about 10 seconds, and I caught another F1. That one was hooked all right. And then I've had 3 casts since then where I've just been getting little indications. So, you know, it's telling me that there's fish there. You know, it's typical winter bomb fishing. However, I've just cast in again and come back with that one. Proper stamp fish, that one, isn't it? So when you get any indications, you know, yeah, you're not catching fish, but it's telling you that there are actually fish there. So we'd never expected it being a quick start. We thought it was going to be a slow start, but there we go, a 5 gram bomb, single grain of corn, and I just brought that bomb back that little bit, and again, another foul hook fish. So it's telling you that there are fish there, so just got to keep dropping that bomb in different spots, hoping to pick fish off. Have you got one? Good old Jim. I've literally just put that fish back, and while I've been playing that one, Jim's got another one. Little F1. You've been getting some indications, haven't you?
I have a lot of liners, mate. A lot of liners.
A lot of liners. What are you on? Bomb and corn still?
Yeah.
Bomb and corn. And have you caught your fish from the same spot, or have you had to
just what I'm doing? I'm going about halfway.
Halfway, straight in front of you.
But I keep twitching it back.
Right. Okay.
You know,
right.
and it seems that's when I've had the liners, and
is it?
I've had 3 bites now and 2 fish.
Twitching it back.
So just twitching it, you know,
Top
only
tip.
A little bit like, and then.
Top tip. Nice one. Thanks, mate. Another F1.
Yeah.
There we go.
A couple of pound.
Oh, brilliant on a cold day. So there we go. Jim's actually twitching the bomb back, inducing bites that way. Plus it means he's covering a bit of ground as well. So that can be a nice little tip for those hard winter days when you're just struggling to catch anything, especially if you're getting indications, because when you're getting indications, it's telling you that the fish are actually there. It's clear to see that there are definitely fish feeding at this end of the lake. You get down to the bottom end there and, you know, they're really struggling. They're not getting any liners or anything like that. Jim's just had another fish there. But for this style of fishing, it's a really super simple setup, which I'll quickly show you. Rod wise, this is the Aquas, so I'm using Aquas Ultra X. It's a feeder rod. These are literally kind of, they're about 50 pounds, 52, 54 pounds, something like that for that rod. And it's coupled with an Aquas reel. 3,000, and again that is probably 42 pounds in the shops, something like that. So it's a really, it's a fantastic setup for less than 100 quid. You're looking at about 90 pound. It's a great setup. I've got 8 pound Horizon line on there, and that is it. Just running through to a free running pellet bomb, as you can see there, and that's just 5 gram, and that's free running to comply with fishery rules. It's got a quick change adapter there, and one single grain of corn. That is it. You can't get much simpler than that. I'm not fishing with a line clip or anything like that, because you're not, you know, it's not about that. You cast into different areas of the swim, and the way that I've been hooking the corn today is just with a speed stop, just threading it down through the open end to the far end. This is just the way that I've caught with it today, and just pulling that through there on that stopper like so. So it's just sitting there on a hair rig. Really simple. Just make sure that connector's in there, pushed in, and then the last place that I actually caught a fish was just to the back edge, or in line with the back of that red car. Just feather that in nicely, watching my tip go down. So when your tip goes in, just watch for it as it goes down, because sometimes you might hit a fish on the way down if the fish are up in the water, and that can signal and just let you know that there are 1 or 2 fish there. So it's just one little detail that's nice to pay attention to. Well, I've just come back to the peg. Just by dropping that bomb in different places, it's unreal how you can locate fish. I've just handed the rod over to Aaron. Well done, mate. You've got to count that one. Are you counting that one? Just back wind that reel a little bit, mate. Again, just on single grain of corn. I've got a 5 gram, it's just a 5 gram pellet bomb on there. And sometimes as the bomb's falling down, if you keep a tight line, I've got a 1 ounce tip on. You can see the tip just kind of moving as it's hitting fish, if there's any there, if there's a little ball of fish there. Is it cold? I bet it's freezing, isn't it?
It's like a little block of ice.
A little block of ice. Lovely. So yeah, it's just one of them where you're just constantly searching. You've got anglers here leaving it in 15-20 minutes, and you're just not getting any signs whatsoever. Being mobile today is absolutely mega, but again, that fish took the bait within 10 seconds of that bomb hitting the bottom. So it's kind of, you kind of know straight away roughly if you've dropped it anywhere near a fish. And also when you're retrieving your bomb, just look for signs on the tip. You know, if you cast out and there's a ball of fish, say 2 or 3 meters back towards you, you're reeling your bomb back through that, you're going to get indications on your tip. So it's just a great way of looking for these balls of fish that are huddled together when the water is freezing cold like this. It's just gone 12:30, and to be fair, you know, it is a bit of a struggle. Everybody's struggling at the minute. There haven't been any fish caught anywhere else yet. A few anglers have had line bites, but we're expecting it getting better. You know, we didn't expect it to be a really quick start. Bait wise, because this is not a match, this is F1 corn that I'm using, and it's been frozen. It's just, you know, I don't throw any of that corn away. I always save it for days like today when it's not a match. So this is literally, you can see there's still ice in there, you know. So don't forget, with baits like this, you can save it. Don't throw it away. You know, you can freeze it, and you know, especially days like today, when you're not really loose feeding it. It doesn't have to be perfect bait, you know. Corn, when it's been frozen, it stays all right for the hook, you know, and it's a really nice visual bait that you can see when the water starts to go clearer, as you can see, you know, and the fish are used to it as well. So, you know, even in the depths of winter, you can give yourself a little bit of confidence even if you're not catching, just by looking for indications on the tip, because even if fish aren't feeding, sometimes they're giving themselves away. There we go, that's a good fish, that's a carp, proper carp, that one. Jim's fishing just to my left, you know, so that strongly obviously suggests that it looks like there's 1 or 2 more fish, or there are more fish at this end of the lake at the minute. Certainly we've had more indications. That's a beautiful fish, well done, mate. Again, bomb and corn, not fed, a single grain or anything. Just chucking it in different places around the swim. Watch that, get that spreader block, Jim. That's it, mate. It's a really big fish. After much perseverance, Bernie's nailed one. He has just he's just had another one, but this is his second one, and that's the bigger of the two.
It is.
That is the bigger of the two. Look at that. Really interesting now that whenever I return to my box and I cast the bomb out, I'm not getting any indications whatsoever. Just shows that even though this has been the better end of the lake, that, you know, the fish aren't going to be there all day. Just looking across though, it's good to see Fuzz is here. Fuzz has fished a pole all day today. The planes are going over, which you can probably hear. Fuzz has fished a pole all day, and he's out on the long line at the minute, and he's finally just hooked a fish. And is it what we suspected? There we go, another foul looker. So there you go, it's not exclusive to bomb fishing. You know, we're talking about these fish being here at this time of year when they're around your bait, if you've put any in, or you're searching for balls of fish or pockets of fish. And this is inevitable. I fished a match on here at the weekend, and there was one angler, he lost 3 fish, and they were all foul hooked on this same lake. Very nicely done. Well done, mate. First scope as well. I was going to ask you what hook bait and everything, Fuzz, but is that all irrelevant?
Yeah. Single maggot in tail.
Single maggot, and he's hooked it in the tail. His first indication all day. Yeah, look at that. A beautiful fish, that one. They all count, mate. Yep. To land it on that lighter gear. Just goes to show you, you know, this time of year, that can be what it's like. You know, you've got fish that are very, very cold, and they're not obviously moving around much, because if they were, all these anglers behind me, they'd be getting liners if the fish were swimming up and down. Even if they weren't feeding, they'd be getting liners and indications. But when your tip can stay there, you know, you can leave it in for 20 minutes. For some of these lads have been fishing 4 hours now, and they haven't had an indication. So it's telling you there aren't loads of fish moving about. So definitely the theme for this video, for this upload, has definitely been about being mobile. You know, don't feed much if you are going to feed anything. Be mobile, go looking for the fish, and fish with smaller baits. You know, just be less selective. Single grain of corn, even a small piece of corn can be great. You'll catch anything on that. You can catch bream, skimmers, roach, anything. You know, these venues are used to baits like that, and when the water is clearer like it is, big bright baits like that are going to stand out. I hope you've enjoyed this insight into our first get together of the year for the Catch Fishing Channel Club. It's been great to see everybody. It's been a nice turnout, and we will be back out on the bank in 2 or 3 weeks time, where hopefully we'll have some more anglers with us, and I'll be sharing with you some of the tactics that we've used to try and get the most out of these sorts of winter sessions. If you've got any questions about any of the things we talked about today that we might be able to help you out with, please post them in the comments below. And if you enjoy videos like this, please give this one a thumbs up, and I really look forward to seeing you on the bank real soon.